breathe the gold, our static beneath the neon. Hold me like a secret you can't keep all winter. Breath like a quiet morning, scent sweeps wide while the bass dims to feel. We dance steady but without the rush. You whisper close with the promise for the build. Cowbell hits and the hi-hats awaken. Bass swell rises like a tide rushing shore, mixing energy and tension into life. Crescendo bends into a sonic roar now. Where the bass always stays. We burn the drifting lighthouse in the quiet room. Hold me like a secret you can't keep in the morning. Neon pulses through the windshield, racing hard. The city breeze in rhythm, we never stop. Baseline low groove takes control. Midnight rush, the story unfolds. Feet move fast on the asphalt floor. Synth waves crash, we ask for more. Catch the light in a fleeting glance. This moment's ours, a second chance. Shakers rattle, the tension grows. Hi-hats scatter, the energy flows. Kick and clap, build a wall of sound. Melody loops spinning round and round. Higher intensity, we climb the peak. Anticipation makes the moment unique. Drop explodes like a supernova bright. Baseline thunders through the endless night. You and I are locked in this beat. Floorboard shake beneath our feet. Synth arpeggios weave a silver thread. This is where the moment's fed. We crash and rise with the tidal sound. In this drop, our souls are found, bound. gentle grace. Vocal phrases echo soft and low. Neon shadows move a painted show. A quiet breath, a pause in time, building strength for the next climb. Returns a steady pulse, beat gaps as tension builds. Hi-hats is like a summer storm, sub-bass rumbles keeping us warm. Layers thicken, we're almost there, ready to devour the electric air. Drop descends with the sharper bite. Baseline just a different light. More complexity in every note. Swirling melodies, we drift and float. The crowd roars in a single voice. This track makes every heart rejoice. We sink in perfect energy, forever caught in this breeze. Drums peel away, leaving synth decay. One last kick, we fade away. Nocturnal highway, end of the ride. Memories of the dropping side. The silence breathes as we depart. Neon city fades into the dark. After midnight, the wireless groove feels too close for one more hour. I miss the version of us that never breaks for one more hour. The city lights blur through the rain and neon rush. Your silhouette fades in the rear view, a silent hush. The bass line drops, a pulse that shakes the concrete floor. We move as one, but you're the one I'm looking for. This rhythm's got me captured in a trance so deep. A darker energy, a promise that we'll always keep. Hi-hats tick, the layer rhythm starts to rise. The snares build tension, colors bleeding in my eyes. The synth arpeggio cuts through the electric haze. The pressure mounts, a moment frozen in this space. In this space. And I turn the winter light. Under the moon you found a spark of light. The memory of your touch is burning through this endless night. This drop hits like a full eclipse, a crash of sound and a flash. Our history's rewritten in a single perfect smash. The silence breathes, a filtered breath of fading synth. A single drum beat like a question holding in the remnants of that melody. A whisper soft and low, an echo of the moment we were starting to let go. Kick drum flirts, a heartbeat in the quiet air. Hi-hat pattern slowly weave a patient steady stare. The bass begins a subtle rumble from a distant place. A climb back toward the drop, a reckless fearless race. Fearless race. And I turn the winter light. Under the moon you ignite the static glow. This new version beats so loud. We let the old one go. The bassline bends, a sharper wreath of synth and thunder sound. I'm lost inside the speakers, and I'm never coming down. Kick drum fades, 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 fades. After midnight, the stellar alley feels too close for one more hour. I let the night decide who we are for one more hour. The tires hum, a low drone in the dark of the drive. The city bleeds its electric blood across the sky. Through the baseline deep, I feel the cars race past, a volatile hue that holds the vision fast. The growl of the engine, a promise in the steam. We chase the ghost of a fractured neon dream. The pulse of the street, a river of code and light. Your silhouette, concrete, a stranger in the night. This asphalt journey, a game we're born to play. I never felt the cold, just the heat of the delay. The hi-hats chatter and the tension starts to coil. A signal from a satellite trapped in distant oil. The shimmer of a glitch that bends the waves of sound. My heartbeat amplifies a pressure underground. A rush of crimson static, a counter of the flow. I see the pattern shifting in the afterglow. The kick drum hits my chest with unabated might. We're wheels on a magnetic path tonight. Like a panther coming home. The hi-hats crack like static from a fractured tone. A far-seaful feeling that grows with every beat. We sink our breathing to the mainframe slow heat. The layers begin climbing a rising nervous tide. No place for the hesitant, nowhere safe to hide. The drum line becomes a whip that cracks and unfolds. The pitch increase as crescendo takes its hold. Our bodies are the vessel for the newfound gain. A welcome back to purpose, the fear of loss is slain. The drop prepares a promise that will break at 0 hour. The night's electric wonder becomes a lonely tower. continuous heartbeat. All the glory falls to a rhythmic fading blush. The car becomes a ghost, the driver just a crush. The final flies, the last profound breath. We are left inside the arms of the stereo death. No claim, no shout, just the final fading cue. The engine's final whisper, beating for just two. The pulse, a dot in silent darks, a boat, a vow. The skyline dims completely. Bass only. Night now. You blow the gravity kick on the rooftop. We promised we'd be fearless, then we blinked all summer. The baseline cuts through midnight, a pulse we cannot run. Every neon sign a target, every street a loaded gun. Feel the tension climb and the voltage in the air. The hi-hat stopped the tease and the warning in the dare. Add a layer of static, a whisper from the grid. The city's heartbeat quickens, there's something we must rid. We're racing the skyline, nowhere to hide. This night is occurring, we're caught in the flow. Let go of the anchor, let the wild circuit grow. The synth line is siren, the kick is a blast. We're living in the moment, not meant to last. Not meant to last. Suddenly the silence, a holding of the breath, a filtered memory playing on the edge of death. The echo of the bass line, a ghost inside the rain. Just you and the night now and the freedom of the pain. A distant kick drum pulse is a message from below. The rhythm starts to build again, a slow and steady glow. Add layers of percussion, a shaker and a snap. The anticipation multiplies, we're setting up the trap. We're racing the skyline, nowhere to hide. This night is occurring, we're caught in the flow. Let go of the anchor, let the wild circuit grow. The synth line is siren, the kick is a blast. We're living in the moment, not meant to last. The drop fades into echoes, but the groove is still the same. Just a different color, a different brand of just a hi-hat's ghost now, a whisper and a breath. The broken glass of a memory, a dance with constant death. The final chord is fading, a shadow on the wall. When the electric bass line calls. Tonight, the spiral sparkle feels too close tonight. Tell me it's real, even if it's only for the chorus tonight. Headlights cut through dark, a city sprawling. Catch that neon glow, hearts appalling. Moving through the concrete, feet don't stop. Baseline groove hits deep, we ride the drop. Plastic gates, no past, just a space, a brand new phase under the electric stars. Escape delays, echoes in the rave. We surge like waves, lose ourselves in thunder, slaves to craze. Afterglow of motors fading, street lights, silence deep with promise deep and placid. Whispered words between us, common static. A breath before the infinite fantastic. Fingers reach a button, bring the beat back. Tension coils like starlight, we attack. Every heartbeat synchronized with drum crack, forming an electric silhouette and pack. Tonight, the spiral sparkle feels so very bright. Tell me it's real, we're counting beats until the morning light. Energy untamed, not phased, this glow renewed in waves. Melodies hard hidden, true to this night's crave. Euphoric heights, we scale the perfect cave. In this bombastic evening, Earth can't save. You break the bottom line, goodbye inside the static. My desire is louder than the kick drum before dawn. The engine hums beneath the bassline of the night. This fever keeps on building and I grip the light. The crowds are waving neon, cutting through the gloom. We're racing past the limit in this crowded room. Shaking all the floor, I feel the current pulling me to something more. The rhythm wraps around a steady pulse and hold. Your silhouette's a storm of shadows, dark and bold. The hi-hat sparks a chain of echoes in my brain. We're locked inside this groove that washes out the pain. The layered hats ascend, a rising tidal wave. Attention builds and sparks inside this blinding cave. The snare hits sharper now, we strike a perfect jolt. The air grows thick with energy we can't revoke. The pitch keeps climbing up, a staircase made of sound. I feel the moment break when we are homeward bound. We are homeward bound. This drop ignites the sky, a nova in the dark. The sub-bass colors everything with vibrant arcs. Your hands are reaching out to touch the cyclone's core. We're frozen in a trance that leaves us begging more. The melody's a laser, cutting through the rain. This drops the heartbeat of a new electric rain. Drums are slipped away, a silence soft and deep. A filtered synth drifts in and takes us from the lead. The air feels cold and bare without the pounding groove. I hear the hollow echo, wait to make a move. The afterglow of sounds is scattered like a sigh. We hover in the quiet, wondering why. A kick drums pulse drop now shifts and flips with added twists of might. The melody distorts and bends in neon light. The bass dives deeper still into the sonic trench. The punch is more precise, a mental overload to quench. We ride the variation, every change beat gleaming. This drop seals the night with a feeling beyond dreaming. The elements fall back, a calm before the end. The bass line bends to simple notes that softly blend. The hi-hats count us out with fading gentle taps. The final kick goes long, a homeward quiet lapse. The stereo dims to left and right. A whisper sings. This track leaves us floating on leftover wings. Version of us that never breaks. So winter, neon lights blur on the way asphalt. City breathes in a constant race. Bass drops low, a subwoofer's kiss. My heart beats with the kick skip. Southern hook feels too close after midnight. Hold me like a secret you can't keep after midnight. The bass kicks through my body, can't resist this ride. Neon lights and engine noise, we're about to collide.
Pulses racing, simple heated groove that holds me tight. Every corner flashes fast, we're chasing through the night. The bass is heavy in my chest, a warning in the air. I feel the rush of freedom like I'm already there.
Clappers now begin to rise, attention starts to breathe. The kick drum pounds a steady threat, the hi-hats start to see the rising sun cuts through the haze. A signal in the dark, we're climbing up to something big, a flicker and a spark.
Drop into the lights, a sudden burst of sound. The bassline hooks and pulls me in, we're spinning round and round. This is the moment we live for, the answer to the call. The city fades behind us, nothing left to stall.
The noise falls off, a filter breath, music starts to slow. I hear the echo of your voice as the elements let go. A distant melody calls out, a whisper in the air. We pause inside this quiet space, our only hidden affair. A kick returns a subtle thump, the hi-hats start to blend. Percussion layers build a newer groove without an end. The tension swells before the storm, a promise we can't fake. We're ready for the second wave, for heaven's sudden sake. To carry what remains. plastic break